Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral, joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command. So in this video, what we're going to do, just due to popular demand in terms of people asking me lots of questions regarding what ships to get, what type of, what obviously then to crew them and stuff like that. The crew and stuff will come as and when I get the ships and of a later date. But in terms of what ships to get, we're mainly going to focus on the Tier 1 faction ships and the Tier 2 faction ships today, which obviously, as you know, they are level 26/level 28 is when you can unlock these types of ships. So if we go to the faction, obviously, menus first, as our faction stores. So the way to get, obviously, the first faction types of ships, obviously, you have to buy them with the faction credits. And you simply go in, you buy them. So you need 80 to get the Mayflower, for example. And then going along. And obviously you can tell by the cost as well. So they cost 125 per a single chest. And then obviously you then end up with a level 28 vessel, which is obviously the Saladin. And they are 200 per chest. So obviously they go up quite dramatically in terms of the cost. But they're the type of ships that we're going to be focusing on today. So that's Federations, the Mayflower and the Saladin. You got Romulan ships, which is the Legionary and the Centurion. And then the Klingon, which is obviously the D3 and the Bortus. So them two there, as you can see. So they're the types of ships we're going to focus on. And my advice to anyone, so bear in mind this is my opinion only. Obviously, people have various opinions on what type of ships to get and what to do with them type of ships. This is my opinion, and obviously take it as face value as it is my opinion. But before we crack into that, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and anyone that is watching the videos and isn't subscribed yet, then please hit that subscribe button just down below. If you are subscribed, then don't forget to hit the bell notification as well. So let's crack on then. So the ships, obviously, as we know in question. So we're going to go along to them ships, and I'm going to run through what type of ships that you should get and why, and what type of ships you shouldn't get, and my reasoning behind why you shouldn't really get them, because it's kind of pointless. So we first three ships we look at. Sorry, I can't get rid of the VAR class. I'm obviously building that at the moment, so it won't disappear, unfortunately. So the first three ships we're looking at is the D3, USS Mayflower, and the Legionary. So the D3 being an interceptor, then the Mayflower being a explorer, and the Legionary being a battleship. In my opinion, skip them. Skip all three of them and just go straight to level 28. The reason I say skip them is because for how good they can be eventually, all they do is just suck up way too much resources to get to level 28. And trust me when I say this, the level to 28 ships are going to need a lot of resources. Especially as well, not only that, is then you come across a lot of base stuff that you need to do in terms of research and base upgrades. And again, you need a lot of resources once you get past sort of level 28 sort of boundaries. Things start costing a hell of a lot more. So for example, I'll quickly just do this. I'll get through this. So this is my Sally. So we go to the Sally. I'm currently sat at tier 5 with one ship part ready to upgrade, or left to upgrade, should I say. And this is what I mean by I say they don't waste your time on the others, because you need the resources. You need to save the resources as soon as you get to level 28. And the reason for that is, like, for example, this one ship component is 800 crystal, uncommon crystal. So that was 800 for this gun, 800 for this gun, 800 for the impulse engines, and then the other two is not really neither here nor there. You saw it, there's not that much for them. So just for this tier alone, like tier 5, to get it up to tier 6 weaponry / then to upgrade the ship to a tier 6 vessel, that obviously the 800 times by 3, so you're looking at 2,400 uncommon crystal. So if you wasted that, so if you wasted a lot of that on the D3, for example, which is obviously what you'd end up spending it on, if you went the Klingon/Federation route, if you're dual factioning, then you're going to be wasting a lot of crystal. The only other alternative to this, which I would definitely recommend people do, if you have access to a Vidar, then I recommend you get a Vidar. So that's slightly different because that. So if we go across, so the Vidar you can unlock at level 25. And this is one of the reasons why I say skip level 26 ships altogether, because you can unlock a Vidar at level 25. As you can see, I already have a Vidar and I'm halfway through to get another Vidar for no reason. I don't need it. But I'm pretty sure over the last, pretty much the last 6 months, I'm pretty sure most people have a Vidar. I would recommend getting this ship and tiering it up as much as you can, because it's a very, very useful ship. I was already past this level when the Vidar came out, so it's kind of sort of not as tiered as it should be for me personally, because I've been focusing on the Sally so much. But I would definitely recommend getting this ship, because when you max it out, you can get this ship easily to 1,000,000 power, and that will take you pretty much all the way to the level 32 ships if you really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend that, but it definitely will be able to take you to at least level 30 with no issues, and beyond level 30 with no real issues, to be honest. So yeah, my recommendation is just skip the first 3 or level 26 ships. If you can, try and rush build to level 28 and then just stop. Do not go any further than level 28 until you have at least a tier 5 level 28 ship, or at least until you have probably a 700k power vessel, obviously depending on your officer sort of skills and stuff like that as well. So I just stop and build up your resources again. So skip them. Obviously then you got the hijack stuff, which is the same vessels, but I wouldn't waste your time with them either, because again, they're pointless. So then we come to the level 28 ships, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting and a little bit controversial, so to say. So obviously everyone has their own opinions. Personally, I think the best ship in this class is the Saladin. I don't think many people will dispute that. Most people will say the Saladin is the best ship in the level 28 lineup. My second choice would probably be the Bortus, and then my third choice, looking back at it now in hindsight, would be the Centurion. The reason I say the Centurion to be last is not a bad ship. It is actually a very, very good ship. The only problem is it uses gas. And if you go to your research sort of panel, if you go to your research and you do, not only the fact that your research labs cost gas and your station upgrades cost gas, is a lot of these resources that you need are all gas related. So gas related, if we go along, obviously they're not. But for example, the shield, gas related. A lot of these components, gas related. And then not only that, you then obviously have the Federation stuff itself. If obviously you are Federation. If you're not Federation, then obviously this doesn't apply to you. But if you are Federation, again, a lot of gas needed. Again, a lot of gas needed. And this pattern continues again. So we've done that, and then obviously then we got gas again for the warp technology. A lot of the crystal stuff, or a lot of the mining stuff, also needs gas as well, here, there, and everywhere. Obviously that requires crystal, so it's not too bad. So yeah, a lot of researchers though start requiring a lot of gas, which is one of the reasons why I don't recommend getting a Centurion anymore. I did recommend it once, sort of a couple of months back, but at the moment it's just, you need so much gas. And if you're going to go to level 32s, which you can do anyway, you can go all the way to level 32 with a Vidar and probably either a Saladin or a Bortus. Obviously just be careful, if you are using a Vidar, then obviously the Saladin's going to use a lot of the similar parts, i.e. a lot of crystal. So just bear that in mind. The Bortus is probably a little bit better for you just because it uses ore, but then bear in mind with the Bortus, you might start running into a couple of station problems, because a lot of the station upgrades from level 28 onwards require quite a lot of ore, uncommon ore or rare ore. So just bear that in mind as well. But I personally think especially from the refinery and the way that I've looked at it recently. I personally get a lot more ore, so uncommon ore or rare ore, from the pulls that I get from the refinery than I do get from the crystal or the gas. So I think ore is a little bit more abundant than the other two resources. So Abortus is actually a really good choice. The only problem is obviously Abortus against the Saladin, and a Saladin with the same tier is always going to win, regardless. I mean, crew layout is obviously going to help, but a Saladin's just hits so hard that a Saladin is definitely going to win Abortus every day of the week. But if you have a Vidar to back up Abortus, then it's not so bad. A Vidar will lose against a tier for tier Saladin, but it's a lot cheaper to repair. It's a lot cheaper to level up. All you have to do is just grind the hostiles for it and get obviously the nano probes or nano probe things. So it's actually a lot easier to level up than a Saladin is. So then they're my recommendations. Please let me know your thoughts down below and what you think is your recommended sort of layout of ships. I mean, that's mine, and that's what I would personally go for. Up to level 28. Like I say, once you get to level 28, do not rush, because as soon as you rush, you will start dying to higher level players, because they'll have accumulated a lot more resources than you in that time. So just bear that in mind when you are going up the levels. But yeah, please let me know your thoughts down below, what your crew layout for level 26s, and what your ship preferences are. If you do think level 26s are viable or not. I personally don't, and you should go straight to level 28, especially with the Vidar in play now. And please let me know what your thoughts are on the level 28 ships as well, and whether you think they're good, bad, whether you should skip the level 28 or whether you shouldn't. Again, I personally don't think you should, because you can get a Saladin all the way up to basically 1. I think the highest I've seen is like a 1.67 million, 1.8 million maybe. So you can get them really high, and like I say, a Saladin will take you all the way up to your level 34 ships. I'm not going to do a level 32 or / level 34 yet, just because I don't have them, so I can't really have an opinion on them. Looking at it now, I probably will be skipping level 32, but again, I need to do a lot of research in that area to see whether that is good or a bad thing, and we'll see where it goes. So please let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know if you liked the video or not. The best way to let me know, obviously, you like the video, is give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, and leave your thoughts down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. You're really helping me out. We're on 93 subscribers now, so 7 away from getting to 100. Once we hit 100, obviously that's a milestone for YouTube, which means obviously we unlock a few different things for live streaming if we stream on YouTube. But yeah, 100 is a good milestone for me. We're fighting our way up to get to 1,000 subscribers, which is where things really start to take off with the channel. So yeah, we're on 93 so far. So thank you very much for the support, everyone. Don't forget to hit that Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now, and stay safe.